Hello and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, which you'll see in the description below. You'll also see in the description below links to any videos I mentioned in this video, including links to the other parts of this series on repotting houseplants. This is part 3 in this series, and this is choosing soil. So this is obviously a pretty important part of the repotting process because the roots are where the soil is home for the roots, and the health of your roots determines the health of the top part of your plant, the foliage of your plant, the above ground part of your plant. So this is Marvin today, and he is the star of this series because he is going to get repotted. So about soil. All right, choosing soil can be a bit tricky because a lot of the soils on the market are primarily composed of ground up mulch, and some of them are even just mulch. They look mulchy, and by mulchy I'm going to show you this here. So this is if you can see this here, this is a mix that has a lot of pieces, big pieces of bark. There's also sand mixed in here. Sand is kind of tricky. People think, well, sand is good because sand creates drainage. Well, actually, if you have too much sand, you don't have the right combo of sand, sand can actually hold in too much water, too much moisture, and that can cause root rot. It can be very heavy on the plant roots. I much prefer potting soils that have something like perlite, which this ProMix BX does. This is one of my absolute favorite soils for houseplant growing. It's ProMix BX. I'll put a link down below. And it has these little white pieces are perlite in it. Now perlite is very nice because what it does is it creates drainage, whereas the sand really does, like I said, if it's not a very small amount of sand is fine, but lots of sand just creates more of a very thick and heavy soil. You can see by this, now this is moist, but it also is just very thick and very heavy. And the big pieces, one of the problems with the mulchy soils like that is the big pieces of mulch, and which generally is ground up bark of some sort, they will decompose. They will continue to decompose at the root zone of the plant. They will outgas sometimes toxic gases that can affect the roots adversely. And basically, you really don't want something decomposing. You want some decomposition in your soil. That's fine. That will happen when you add a little worm compost. It'll happen when you add a little bit of regular compost to your soil, but you don't want this going on the entire time, because basically what these soil mixes are they're mixes that are not ready to be sold because they haven't been broken down. Now there are other mixes that are very fine and very thick and heavy too. They can work, however, if you add something like perlite, which is in the ProMix, or if you add pumice, which is my absolute favorite draining agent. It is a lava rock, and it is made up of bigger pieces. I have a video on it too, and the bigger pieces do not break down like the perlite does. So this, once you put this in your soil, it's going to stay there permanently in your soil unless you remove it, and it creates a really nice drainage. So if you have a very heavy soil, but it's very fine. I'm talking about a very fine soil. I'm not talking about these mixes with all the different bark and stuff mixed into it, but a very fine, heavy soil. You can add a good amount of this to it and make a pretty good soil with it as well. So what you would want to do is, depending on if it's a very fine, heavy soil, I would put in at least 1/4 pumice so that it has some good drainage in there. But use a little bit of your intuitive knowing with the soil if you can, and as you slowly mix some in, mix it up, mix a little bit more in, mix it up, and see how it looks. Now if you'd like to be more exact, then take then go ahead and take 3/4 of the amount of soil and add 1/4 of the pumice first. Then check it, and if you feel like it needs a little more drainage, go ahead. It will depend on the plant as well. Some plants require a lot faster drainage than other plants too. For instance, succulents would need that very good drainage. Things like maidenhair fern can go a little bit more on the moisture and heavier side. However, keep in mind all roots need some oxygen to live. It sounds kind of funny when you think about it, because you think I have to cover the roots up so that they don't get dried out and they don't die. But at the same time, they do need some oxygen. That's why when you have these really heavy soils, the plant will, the roots will die back. And a lot of times, even what'll start is root rot as well at the same time. And then the plant will not do well. So another thing to keep in mind too is added ingredients that have been added to your soil. And as I mentioned, so perlite or pumice is good. This is some of my Green Gourmet houseplant food, and it has, one of its ingredients is alfalfa meal. So alfalfa meal is a natural growth hormone, so that's a really nice ingredient to see. Worm compost, so this is worm compost, vermicastings. This is a really nice ingredient to see in your soil as well. Good news is, if you don't see that in the soil you have, you can always add those ingredients to the soil as well. So these are really good nutrient and other things. Mycorrhizae, which I have a video on, mycorrhizae. They are microscopic fungi that naturally live outdoors in soil, and what they do is they create a symbiotic relationship with roots, with the plant roots. They live on the plant roots. In exchange, they go out and get more nutrients and more water than the plant could on its own. So those are a really good addition to your potting soil as well, and the Pro Mix does have that as well. Another one of the reasons why I really like the Pro Mix. However, you can also add some mycorrhizae if you choose to as well. So that is about it on choosing soil. You go ahead and ask any questions if you have any more questions about the soil, of course, in the comment section. I will answer. But do take some time choosing your soil, because like I said, that's very important. One thing too to keep in mind, with houseplants growing indoors, even in containers outdoors, you always want to use potting soil, not soil from outside. You do not want to go start digging in your backyard or your front yard or someone else's yard and using that soil. It is not designed for indoor growing, for container growing. So keep that in mind as well. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.